క్లారిటీ ఉందా నా వీడియో?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Hi. This is new episode with Mona Sujita. She have gone through this process of preparing for UPSC. Um, so I just want to know like what is the her mental, like how mentally the preparation will affect, because it is like people think that going into UPSC is kind of taking career path, which which is a kind of career, but it almost destroys the other career paths also. It it is like either you are one or zero. There is no in between. Do you agree with it, Mona?
Okay. Uh, I don't agree with it. I'm sorry for that.
So
But but what you told is right. It I told you in my previous video as well, right? So I told you there as well that it depends on the mindsets. Okay,
hmm,
because there are many people who cracked
yeah,
in
I'm
one
not
year.
talking about individuals. I'm talking about as a career path. UPSC.
As a career path, it's the best one can choose, of course. But yes, uh, it it will be like
It's a long journey
some kind
basically.
of, yeah, it will be, it we can't say even that. So
Hmm.
for some persons it will be like a long journey. So yeah, for me, if you ask me, for me it is a long journey. I could not crack it in the first attempt. So if you crack it it all depends on you. If you crack it in the first attempt, it is a small journey. If you crack it in like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, it will be like a long journey. So it all depends on you. So you should have a very good strategy. So basically, so it decides the journey to be long or short. So as a career path, UPSC is very good path, but yeah, if we talk about the success rate in the UPSC, it's very very low. So we have to talk, when we discuss about the facts, basically. So it's very low. Basically some 0.00 percentage ఉంటుంది. So it's very low. So it will be like kind of risky, some kind
How,
of risky to choose that career path.
yeah, like in this journey, like uh, how it mentally affected you, because you see your
So
friends joining in basically in corporate jobs and these kind of things, right?
yeah.
And how did that affect you, like in your personal mental health?
Yeah, after the B, after very completion of BTech, I was like okay, because there is also a very good career path when we as in India, so it's a very good path. So it was like okay, okay. So I was going in this path, and my friends are going in that path. Everyone will be having their vision, so they're going in that way. So I was like that. But as the years are passing by, it's been like it's third year I'm in this UPSC journey. First year was really beautiful. I was studying. I was very busy in that preparation. So as the years are passing by, as attempts are passing by, so it started affecting my mental health. As the results were getting, it really started affecting my mental health. So because I was not prepared for that, so I was really not mentally prepared for that. As I told you in the previous video as well, you should be mentally stable when you're coming before before coming into this journey. You have to be mentally stable that yes, this is the toughest path. So we have to spill the facts. It's the toughest path, so it may take some time. So you have to be stable, Mona. Then only you have to get into this preparation. You should not get in to this just like that. So I didn't get into this just like that. So I mean, I got into this just like that. I was not mentally prepared. I was not mentally prepared, aware about this exam. So 1 year was like very peace and calm too. So as the results are getting by, as attempts are passing by, I failed first attempt, second, even prelims. There will be three stages in this exam, right? So I was not getting, even I was not going through even prelims.
Mm.
So then it started affecting my mental health. What is happening, Mona? What is this exam? It is testing my patience. So I started, I started losing hope. I mean, there was this kind of phase in my life, but right now I'm okay. I have overcome all those things. But there was this kind of phase that what is happening in my life. So I would have gone to MTech, or I would have joined in a company or something like that. I was thinking like that. So yeah, it did affect my mental health. But then uh, I overcome it. Then I motivated myself that okay, it will happen. There will be, if you want success, then you have to be in a position to accept the failures as well. So both should go in parallel. Then only once you accept the failures, that is the first step to success. So I believed in that. So yeah, it did affect my mental health. But then
Hello. There was
hello,
there was some now it is okay. Like there was some interruption. It is okay now.
my internet is like kind
Mm.
of unstable. Now, is it okay now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that happened. Yeah, but you have to be mentally stable when you're coming to the UPSC, because it's not like every other. I mean, each and every job will be having their own pros and cons, Tarun. But
Mm.
when we talk about the comparisons, this UPSC may be bit higher, but every job will be having their own. Even I'm into the software, right? So when I studied for the software, to go into the companies and all, even I've come to know the depth of that as well. So I came into the company and all. So I know that
Mm.
thing. Then that's it. It's not about UPSC. It's not about software. It's not about MTech. It's not about that. You have to be mentally aware. You have to be mentally stable. You should have the vision. Then everything will be okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Even when we talk about you, like personally, I always think about this, like you or our friends, they have they have the vision. You have the vision that after BTech, I have to go into the IIT, I have to go into that. You have only one vision. You didn't have three or four visions, or I have to go this, I have to go that, I have no, you had only one vision. I have to do this, and you did that. So if
Yeah,
you have the
like
clear vision, you can do anything.
it's like you should prioritize things. Like it's not even like you should be in single thing also. Uh, it affects.
Yeah,
See, I'll tell you what my it's basically my experience was. It should not be like a single focus. I don't know how UPSC guys prepare, but for me, I made sure that I don't have a single focus on like a complete focus on a single subject, whether it is engineering or some other. Like I read other things as well. I read novels, I read history, and I go through politics and these kind of things. But it saves you a lot. For example, it gives sanity in your like in your preparation of anything. Like if you want to succeed in something, um, just to like it will give you a different kind of thought process. Like how you like maybe let's say if you're studying some subjects and you saturate at one point and you cannot go above that, sometimes you have to introspect, uh questioning that like what happened wrong, like what mistake did I do in the initial stages. But few people will go to an extent where they don't want to question their own fundamentals. But when you will be in different topics and you start with different initial stages, you'll you'll get you'll get more of a like diverse kind of thoughts.
yeah.
Whereas when you go only into single subject, you will get only that thought stream. Like you cannot get out of it.
Yeah. What you I agree with you. Like we have to prioritize the things. It should not be like one thing, but it all depends on the priorities. So
Mm.
yeah, you should have, even that's what I'm saying. That vision is very important, which I have to prioritize first. So that in that way you should go. So I used to suffer with that. I used to have like, oh my God, what if not UPSC? I have to go in this way. What if not? I used to have like so many clumsy thoughts in my mind. So that also made me very clumsy. So that's why I'm saying like vision is very important. If you want to crack it, you have to crack it. That's it. So yeah, of course, plan B is important. I am not saying that you should not have plan B. Plan B is very important when you're going this kind of paths like UPSC. But you should give more priority to your goal. So yeah,
Uh, so, mm, like, what changed from BTech to here? Like, do you think you have matured in your mental health, or do you think UPSC has taken a toll on you?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely became a bit matured when compared to the BTech. In BTech, I used to be like childish, you know. I used to have that kind of mentality because I have not seen world that much. So
Mm,
when I came out of my studies, my BTech and all, when I came to know about the competitive examinations, even when I wrote the gate and all. So when I came into the competitive world, basically, even we have the competitive world in the intermediate
MCET as
when
well.
we come, yeah, I am set and all, but this is a kind of bit central exams, right? So it's a bit of it really affected me. So yeah, it made me mature. This UPSC journey made me mature. So I came to many realizations after BTech. Like I told you in the previous video as well, that I used to think like I can do anything, but this made me realize that no, Mona, like you have many things to do. You should not think about you like that. There are many people ahead of you, and when we talk about, you know, the maturity, yes, I became a bit mature, and this journey made me more disciplined,
Mm,
right? So even if you ask the other UPS aspirants also, they will tell you this point for sure. This journey will make you very disciplined. So this journey tests you. This journey not only tests you about the knowledge, the general knowledge, the science knowledge, and all. This journey tests your patience, your determination level, your discipline level, all these things. If you're not disciplined, then coming to UPSC, this will make you disciplined. So yeah,
mm,
these things I've learned many things through UPSC, and this made me matured. This made me disciplined as well. This journey made me realize that I'm not that much patient. You have to be more patient, Mona. So this journey made me realize that, and yeah, I became a bit mature. I came to know about the facts. I came to know about everything. I came to know about the world basically. So I was in like a small well during the BTech. Then I came out of the well when I came into the UPSC. So yes,
but my
I became a bit
like
mature.
my take on UPSC, like if a normal person go into UPSC, their understanding of things will become much more narrower. Like let me explain like why I think that way. Like it's basically you are studying state propaganda and you are expected to follow the state line in order to get into the whatever you call UPSC, the state positions. Basically, you should not get away from the state's guidelines, which is very kind of German concept. Like if you like people who study history, right? They'll understand like what I am saying. Like why all the European nations usually will follow a similar kind of ideology. In World War II, all the Germans were like Nazis, whereas in 1914 they are imperial armies. Like why this came into existence is because of this state-induced educational system. There is no alternative.
We have the central education system as
I
well,
mean,
right?
a state. I mean, governing body. It's not like state and central. Whatever the governing body,
Mm,
which is the central government here, will dictate what you should be reading. Because I have written, you read by Bipin Chandra for history, right? Modern history.
yeah.
Yeah, UPSC.
Yep.
Like I have read Bipin Chandra. It's complete garbage that I can tell you. That's not even history.
Okay.
People who call that
Yeah.
history, I don't know. Like it is not even a story. It's not even a history. It's just a brownie points that present governments or the previous governments want you to believe what history to be. Because
Yeah.
I took that suggestion from few of Mona and some other UPSC guys, like what you read for history. They said Bipin Chandra. I read Bipin Chandra and it was like, it is not even close to any Western standards of history textbook that I can tell you. It is just, it has nothing basically. History, you cannot tell history as a series of events. There should be a philosophy
Yeah.
underlying it. What is the philosophy that is catching all these events in one stream? There may be multiple philosophies, but there is no narrative in the story. And yeah,
Okay.
because I read history from different kind of civilizations, then I can compare it with this writing. It's not like people don't have good history textbooks. There are many good history textbooks, but they'll not be taught by UPSC. Means the UPSC guys will not read it for the most part. That's why
No,
they have
it's
a
not like that.
very narrow view of history. That's my
No.
okay.
Yeah,
Let's
even
say
okay. It's
no,
your
because
opinion. I respect it.
as a whole, if you ask any UPSC candidates, like, what is your radical idea on history, or history, or any
Hmm.
philosophy, or some radical thing, some most of the people will not say, but some people will say some radical idea. And when you ask them to defend it, they don't understand. They
Okay.
will not come from the basics. They start from, okay, it's my opinion. If it's go this way, it will work. Policies will not be made by your opinions. Policies
Yeah.
should be made by logical arguments.
Yeah. Okay, I respect
And
your
also, you
opinion
see,
completely.
it, I have observed, like, most of the time, like, in UPSC, even people who pass UPSC also, they have this sense of pride. Have you seen in your colleagues or someone like that
Some
telling
people
that?
will be having like that. It's not like generalized
So
thing, but yeah,
it's
some
not
people will be
generalizing.
like that.
Few people will be having, definitely, right?
Maybe, yeah, yes,
Yeah, this kind of
yeah,
typical movie hero attitude,
yeah.
kind of.
I told you right in India basically, so it will be like that. This is
Uh,
a very high profession job, right? So automatically they will be having
it's a
like that. But even
dictatorial
I don't
job.
like
It's
that kind
not a high professional job. It's a dictatorial job. So that's why they will be like that. There are many high professional jobs.
dictatorial. No, it's not dictatorial job. Maybe in some people's perspective. When it comes to the professions, like in India, we have the professions, right? So
Mm.
in India, this government, basically government job will be given the very respect in India, basically, even any
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
I want to
government job.
ask you one thing.
Yeah,
You have gone through all this, right? Like, you have
yeah.
seen, but you are being influenced by some people in your family circle or friend circle who are encouraging you to go to UPSC.
Yeah.
So saw what did they didn't see in this process of going into UPSC, in this preparation, what they didn't see that you have experienced?
See, yeah. Actually, they didn't say anything. What they saw in me is that Mona reads. I mean, she's a studious girl. She
Mm,
reads good.
mm.
So yeah, so that she reads
So
good, and
tell
that's
me,
why
why reading is not enough for UPSC?
why reading is not at all enough for UPSC because
So
I told you before as well. It tests literally your every part of your body, every part of your state, every part it tests every part, patience, determination, all these things it tests. So reading is even I used to think like that. I used to just read like for 1 year of that preparation. I just read, but I didn't crack the exam right. So I lost the patience, I lost the determination, I lost the will. I could not get into the UPSC. So reading is not at all enough. Reading is not at all enough. Reading will be enough for like 10th class examinations. That kind of reading will be enough for that kind of examinations. But when it comes to the UPSC, reading is not enough. It tests every everything of your mental state, everything of your physical state. Reading is not enough. You have to be patient. You have to be disciplined. You have to be have the consistency levels. I lost the consistency at some part of my preparation. So I suffered a lot to come back into that consistency. So these things plays very important role. And yeah, reading is not enough. These things plays very important role majorly. And after that, reading will come.
and also another thing, that I noticed, what it's not reading. There is no coherency in the kind of history or the narrative they write. For example, UAP Act, Unlawful Acts of Prevention Act.
Yeah,
I think there was a question, right? in one of the mains last 3 years somewhere.
Yeah, I guess yes.
Yeah, there was a question on
I'm not
regarding.
currently in the preparation, but yeah, that's a very
Yeah,
important
I
act
heard like
as
they,
far as
they,
I
they
know.
gave a question about this Unlawful Prevention Act. The standard answer was
Unlawful
basically
activities prevention.
Prevention Act, UAPA, which derives from 124A, I guess.
Yeah.
124A. So they start paragraph, any kind of answering. They start paragraph telling that this is a law introduced by the Britishers in order to crush freedom movement in India, right?
Yeah. Yes.
124A. Unlawful, so I'll read the this thing, Sedition Act basically is a part of which deals with.
Sedition Act. It's yeah. It was a current affair also, like 1 year back. I think it was a very important current affair.
Uh, so, but what they did not mention was there was a law already specified. Whoever talks against
Hmm.
the crown, they can be arrested.
Yeah.
But why do they need 124A?
Yeah.
They can arrest under the same law, right? If they want to arrest the freedom fighters, they can
No,
arrest
there
under
will be
this
like
law.
different. No, there will be different. Even we have that that
I'll
law
I'll I'll
currently.
show you it. I will read that law, which looks very draconian. But people don't explain why it is. People say it is draconian. Yeah, I agree. But people don't tell like why it became the draconian law. Establishes
Even we have that act. Like if we talk opposite to the government, not talk.
UAPA.
If the speech, the hate speeches will be there, right? We have even law against the hate speeches. So if we talk, if we have the hate speeches, government will take care about it as well. So all these laws are there. I'm not remembering them. I'm not currently in the preparation. So
Yeah, Unlawful Activity Prevention Act. It extends to whole of India. Every person is liable for as a person, places, citizens, persons, definition associated. See, this is the act. In this act, unless the context otherwise requires, association means any combination of physical body. Okay, code means code of conduct. Yeah, I understood. I felt to tribunal. What to notify penalty.
we are going into the history. We are going into the UPSC preparation
Okay,
once
okay,
again,
okay, okay.
like the
That
previous
I'll
video.
stall. Uh,
Yeah, you have like lot of even I can sense it. You have the lot of things about UPSC in your mind, and those things are making you travel, yeah, to talk about UPSC.
no, I didn't study this because of UPSC. I studied it to understand the decline of Mughals in India. Like, what are the effects of
Yeah,
declining Mughal Empire in India? Which,
yeah.
which
There are
if
many
you,
factors for it.
which if I ask
Yeah,
any
yeah.
UPSC guys, they'll say it's not an important question.
No,
Not an important,
actually,
so we will not
it's
study.
very important because that is where that period is where this British period will start now. So it's very important to know about all those things.
Uh, that's fall of British. Okay. Yeah, we went from mental health to
Yes, that's why I'm
how much
laughing. That's why I'm like
I
smiling.
hate UPSC.
Yeah,
But you see,
yeah.
it's because
Let's discuss about uh, let's discuss about the stages of the deterioration of the mental health.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, you can tell like
what is
how it changed from start to like now.
Yeah, like I used to have some stages. I didn't research about it because I have the fear of if we research about something in Google, if I have
The
the headache and all, it will
uh,
it will tell me like you have
cancer.
brain tumor. So
Uh,
that's why I didn't research about this anything. But I have like some symptoms that I used to be very lazy, Tarun. When I was like in kind of like some kind of depression, I used to be very lazy. I used to not to get out of the bed as well. So I used to be like lazy. I don't want to do anything. I just wanted to sleep. I just wanted to eat. I just wanted to, browse the mobile. So I used to have these symptoms. So I didn't want to read at all. I didn't want to read it. I don't want to do any work. I didn't want to talk to the people as well at some point of life. There was a stage in my life where I thought like taking help from my friends like you or some kind of some friends of mine. So I was in that stage, and from that stage I was thrown back to such a stage that I don't want to even talk to my friends as well. I just wanted to be silent. I just wanted to be calm. I don't know what I was doing. I was just going with the flow. I was just going with the flow. I didn't have any goal. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any will of achieving something in my life. I was just I was just numb. I was just standstill. That's it. So I think like that is like one of the stages of the depression, as far as I know. So that is a kind of symptom. So you have to overcome it as soon as possible. So you should not be lazy. Yeah, you have to put a
Should
timeline. You have to
always
do something.
make yourself busy. It might not
Yes,
be something like studying. It can be something else also, like
yeah,
exercise, running,
anything,
anything.
anything.
Make yourself
Yeah,
busy.
anything. Yes, that is. Yeah, there is a quote, right? An empty mindset, something, an empty, something devil's workshop. An
Yeah,
empty
empty
mindset
mind says
will be a devil's
devil's
workshop.
workshop.
Yeah, yeah. It is like it was like that in my case. So you should be busy. So that is a kind of symptom when I was, kind of slipping into the depression. So after the results, like June 2020, two, June 2022, the
Mhm.
prelims results came out, and after that I thought like, okay, take some 2 months of break, Mona. Then after that you'll be again going into the preparation and all. And that 2 months of break was like the worst part of my life, because
Yeah,
that
you should not
2 months
take
of break,
breaks. Like,
I should
see,
not, I should not.
see, let's say if you're doing a work for 5 days a week, right? You should be in such a way that you want to extend it to 6 days. It should not be like
Yeah,
you should reduce it to 4 days.
4 days.
3 days.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
completely
do that,
fine.
it will stumble it into one day only. Sometimes not even
Yes,
that day
yes.
also.
It
So you should
happened in my case.
see what I'm telling. What I basically telling was you should feel at least you are progressing a bit every day.
Yeah,
That
we
will
have to be
give you
better tomorrow.
after 1 month you will understand from where you have come now.
Exactly,
You should be
exactly. You
doing
should be
something.
very busy.
Anything.
Yeah,
It need
you
not be
have to do
studying. Let's
something.
say uh, 5 days you study, sixth day you give a break, but you should replace it with something. Either go for running
Yeah,
or go for gym,
true,
workout, anything.
true,
You should feel like you have
true.
used it that day.
We
Either
are doing something.
uh,
Yeah.
something for ourselves, something
I,
that
I,
will make you better.
I Yes, exactly. That 2 months of consistent. I thought like I was just chilling a bit. So after 2 months, I will be starting again. I have to huddle a lot, so I have to take the 2 months break and all. That 2 months made my life even more worse, because I lost the consistency basically. I
Mm.
lost the consistency. I lost the will. I lost everything in that 2 months, man. Then it took me a lot of months to again gain
Recover
back,
that.
to
Yeah,
again gain that
that's why.
consistency.
See,
So I
most
suffered
of
a
the
lot.
people who study or go to gym or go for running, they people who do physical activity that required huge physical strength,
Yes,
endurance or mental endurance, they'll always say like you should slowly increase the intensity of the work. It should not be like
yes.
I will take a 2 months break and then I will go. Let's say if you are going for
It
running,
should not be like that.
uh, if
It
you
should
run for
never.
12 rounds and you say okay I will take 2 months break and then I'll directly go to 12, it's not possible. You should start from 3 itself, like 1 round, 2 rounds, then you should go
Yeah,
after 1 month you will go for 12 and then you should start from there.
yeah.
So whenever you
A
feel
1 day
like
or two
you are
day
not
break is
progressing,
okay.
uh, whenever you
Yeah,
feel like you're not progressing, just made small attempts. That's it. It need
yeah,
not be like, let's say you want to study 100 pages of history today and you do that
yeah,
for 5 days. On the sixth day study 20 pages, that's it. But
yeah,
don't break it.
yeah.
Let's say
Yes,
I'll
yes.
not study for 2 days and then I'll go again.
No, no, no. It should not. At least read for 1 hour. I mean,
Mm,
don't lose the consistency.
yeah.
I suffered from that. If you're not able to read, if you're not willing to read anything, or if you're not willing to do anything, do
Listen to
at
a
least like for
podcast.
1 hour or 2 hours.
Listen to any science podcast or listen to
Yeah,
anything. If
yeah,
you're not interested in
yeah,
reading, listen to podcasts or on the UPSC, these topics, or listen to interviews. Anything you should get
yeah.
involved into it.
Yes. I suffered a lot with that, man. I suffered a lot with the loss of consistency. It took me
Mm.
a lot of months. You don't believe me. it took me a lot of months, like 4 to 5 months or 6 months, to come back to again consistency and to read something. You don't believe me, because
Mm.
I can't even tell what I was doing. I told you, like,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
slept
Mona,
maybe
like there is only 1 minute left for the meeting. Like if you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
give your final
So like
thought.
you be like mentally stable. Mental health is more important than physical health. So focus on your mental health and do whatever you want in your life. Achieve anything you want. That's
Yeah. I think there were 10 seconds only. Yeah. With this,
it.
we will end the
Okay.
podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.